Let me talk about change today. Well, change, everybody's talking about change, right? The world is changing very fast. That's not what I'm going to talk about today, because that's just a fact. That's just how it is. And it's a question of how we're dealing with this change. And this actually brings me to the change I'd like to talk about, which is more often than not, we find ourselves in a situation, many people find themselves in a situation where they're unhappy, where they feel maybe not fulfilled, might be completely stressed out, exhausted. So something's not right in life, in the career, with the job, with the organization, with the colleagues, whatever it is. And so more often than not, we feel like there's change required. And yes, we like the situation to change. We like the team to change. We like the organization to change. We like the world to change. And so we're all advocates for change. Many people are, say, yeah, gotta change. And more often than not, if we're really, really honest with ourselves, the only person we are not so prepared to change is ourselves, right? It's so easy to talk about change. Yeah, let's change the way of how things are done in the organization. Let's change. I don't know, or demanding from a person to change, right? You're always interrupting other people, so change. So it's fairly easy to demand change from everything and everybody around us. It's not so easy for people to change themselves, because that requires the look inside. And the paradox is, in fact, that if I shift, everything around me has a potential to shift as well. And in case you're now having a question mark in both of your eyes and saying, Claire, what the heck are you talking about? This is something I've experienced, and the people I work with have experienced. And because more often than not, there is, when people come to me, they say, Claudia, I've got this really dickhead of a boss or a colleague, and it's causing me so much stress. So how can I change him or her? And then I normally tell people, let's park that for the time being. Let's have a look at what's really happening. And eventually, when we go through the process, and I give I don't give advice, that's actually not true. I mirror something back to people where they realize, ooh, okay, this is what I do, this is a pattern of me. So yeah, I could shift that, and it might even be completely disconnected from the situation by the looks of it. And then they start shifting their own behavior, they start shifting their attitude, they start shifting their focus, they start shifting their language and changing. You could also say change, right? I was talking about change in the beginning. Shift or change, same thing. And suddenly they realize, wow, the behavior of the other person suddenly changed. The feeling I have in this situation, which I found so tough to deal with, suddenly changed. So the key message being here, if we are able to shift and to change, it will have an impact on the people around us, on the situation. It's almost like a bit of magic, quite honestly, because we don't push anybody, we don't ask anybody to change, we don't fight against a situation. It's more like accepting a situation. Do you know what? Some things we can't change anyway. So some of the outside factors, some people, we can't change people, right? We've heard it so many times, and still we're making an attempt of doing so. Many of us. I did it many times in my life, and tell you what, it never works. So the only way of really creating change and sustainable change for yourself in the first place and for what's happening around you is shifting and changing yourself. So next time we talk about change, you'd like to change a situation, what's happening, your environment, what's around you. Start looking inside. Start looking at yourself and see how and what you can change within you to have an impact on the outside. So, fascinating topic. If you'd like to talk to me about that, discuss that, more than happy to. Just drop me a note. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.